Hi everybody, welcome back. This is Blue Phoenix slash Fresh. We're on to kind of the second part of the tutorial where we're going to start arranging now that we have all of our parts together. One thing I'm going to do though before we get started is kind of come up with a chord progression for the first part of the track. Something that'll kind of follow along this flatter part. So let's go ahead and just play what we got here so far. And really, I'm just going to simplify the chord progression we have already. So I'm going to knock out these extra parts here. And I think what I'm going to do is have 3 bars here at this E. Maybe go like up 1 here. And then go down 1. Sounds pretty good. I think we'll stick with that. That's kind of just to get the track started. It doesn't need to be super melodic or anything, but it's important to have some kind of variation, not play the full chord progression later. I do believe these are all the same across, so I'm just going to copy this across but give them different names to follow the naming scheme we have below. Okay, and I'm going to give them the same coloration we have, that blue color. Okay, so now that we have that, I think what we're going to start off with is just get these string pads going out of the gate. So I'm going to take the S pad A doohickey and make sure we drop it in the string pad. I like to start on bar 17. If I ever decide to put something in front of that, it's a lot easier to do that if I've left some room. So I actually want to use, I think I want to use the string pad. So one thing that might be really cool here is to have like a filter sweep. Let's pull Diva up here and see how we might do that. The easiest way to affect the filter would just be to modulate this cutoff frequency here. So let's just do that. Let's remember our default value is 70. And if I could just go here and hit all and group, then I can map that frequency here. And we'll just call this cutoff. And now let's pick some sane numbers. Let's do it where the max will be that 70. So I need to extend this back out and go, and I think just drag this down and watch the frequency there until it hits 70. And then stop. And that will mean that when the dial is all the way right, it will be the default value that we actually want. So there we go. And now with that all the way down, though, are we even going to be able to hear? Let's just try that. And no, we don't hear anything. So we should adjust the min. It might actually be too much. All right. So now we've got a knob here that we can modulate, and I'm just gonna take it up, straight up over the 8 bars. Since we come in really quiet. We'll just loop that again here. And let's bring in the comet sound. So let's put that right here. What? Oh. If you drag audio into a MIDI lane, it asks you to convert it. Oh, that's really sweet. I didn't know it could do that. Never seen that before. Let's also see this sound is very lopsided. I think it's coming out the right mostly. So I'm going to pan it to be more in the center. It looks to be a little bit more even. That'll be easier on the ears. So basically what I do here is I just take these knobs here and I'm just going to go crazy with them and flip them around, and I'm just kind of doing this randomly. The Borg wetness, the chance knob, and let's see if we can come up with something interesting here. Interesting sounding. So what this is going to do, it's just going to give us a kind of just random thing that's going to keep changing as we go along, which is really nice. And let's stay easy on the freakiness for now. Extend this out to 32. Oops. So we're going to want to do that across the whole 32 bars here. The freakiness is the one that maybe we could modulate more rhythmically instead of so random and chaotically. But let's just take a look here. We need that wetness, that Borg wetness. I wonder if Borg can swim. You know, they're kind of heavy and they're all cybernetic. I think I did see an episode of Star Trek where they were coming out of the ocean or something. It's kind of something crazy like that. It was pretty scary. If you think about it, they're just cybernetic zombies. Let's hope that never comes to pass, because I wouldn't want to go face to face with the Borg. All right, let's see how this sounds now. We're not going to listen to the whole 32 bars, but pretty cool sounding, huh? I think we should go ahead and bring in another pad while we're at it. Just kind of thicken that sound up. So let's take the, I'm not sure which one of these I should take. Let's bring this guy in here. Yes, return to arrangement. Okay. So again, we're going to have some problems here. The cutoff is going to be static, and we want it to change. So let's grab this cutoff guy here. Now, hold on. There's something to add. So if we look at, I think, modifications and look at add. So the channel pressure, it's not really easy to modulate. Pressure in LFO2. So the LFO2 is changing. I don't think we want to mess with that. So we could change it to velocity here instead of pressure. I'll tell you what, let's just grab this. That's the easiest thing to do. Again, all group, we're just going to set up this knob to go where we want it. So 73 is the default. Keep that in mind while we cut off. We're going to change the max to be 73. And that should get us back to where we were with it at full strength. And at the bottom, let's do a solo here. Obviously, that's not a good min. So what I like to do, the reason I use a knob here instead of just modulating the frequency directly is now I can just sweep across the whole range, and it's just so much easier. You set the knob to have a range that's sane on both sides, and then you just sweep across and you're done. I'm going to go ahead and extend that out to 16, and then this is going to kind of cross in as well. So let's see how we're doing here. While we're at it, I'm going to go ahead and map the auto pen amount here. It's 89.7. We're just going to rename that to gating. Okay, so we also want to bring in the bassscape here. And that's 16 bar loop. So what we're going to do here, because this is not going to match too well, I'm going to do a split. And no split. We're going to take, I'm sorry, I split the wrong place. Let's split off the last 8 bars of these. And then bring this up to B, which is going to follow, if I recall correctly, yeah, that B from the sub bass is going to sound pretty awesome. So I just shove these all the way up. So that's not right. So this might actually be too high, this F4. So I'm just going to do a chord inversion and drop that down to F3, and we'll see how that sounds. I'm just going to copy it down. It'll be a lot faster. And then let's just give them a slightly different color. So that's more than slightly different. But let's see how it sounds. I put it in the wrong place. How about we put it in the bassscape line where it belongs. So we gotta be careful because it might be too abrupt. Let's see how it sounds. It's very abrupt. So what we could do is modulate the volume so that it kind of slowly comes in. We could do a filter sweep, but it's very bassy already. So let's just do let's grab a futility here and do all in group. And I'm going to map the gain knob to a knob over here. We'll just call this gain redux. And the maximum should be 0. So that'll be, when the knob is full on, it'll be default. And we'll just start at like -10. I like to do it like this because now if -10 ends up being too small, I can easily change that in the mapping. And the automation lane can stay the same. All right, so here we go. Let's see you at -10. Well, first let's go back here. Okay, I like that. Sounds pretty good. Let's see how this chord progression sounds. I'm not so sure I liked that. I don't know, it sounded weird. That's okay. I think we'll take it. So we'd like to introduce some of the elements of the backbone of the track coming up. I'm going to go ahead and throw this bass A in here. This will kind of be the backbone of the track. I think I'm going to do, let me see here. Let's just do 8 bars of this one. Okay, so it's going to be off because it's not matching, right? I'm going to hit crop on this. So we're going to do some surgery on this guy and try to make it sound a little bit more on. The 4th bar is, it really should shift up to F. You know what, I'm not sure I want to do this because it won't be congruent later with the track. Why don't we just leave it? Let's see if we can make this sound better. So if we adjust the cutoff here, let's try going really low here. let's do, I'll tell you what, I think I'd rather have a high pass sweep here. So I'm going to grab a auto filter. I'm just going to do it the cheap and easy way. So let's turn it off normally and have it turned on only in this part. Here we go. So you'll notice that's kind of where it starts to sound audible. And let's change the Q, the resonance, so it's not quite as harsh towards the end, because that can give you some weird effects. Let's see how this all sounds. Okay. All right, that's cool. I'm actually going to shave off the last few notes here of the bass, and let's see, probably also the pads, just a little bit here. And what I'm going to do is throw in a snare. So let's see here. For some reason, okay. Let's just add an audio track and call this snare drum. Oh, my drums are red. If I go to studio, samples, pardon me, snares. Let's pick out a good one. That's not bad. I want something with a lot of impact and tail. It's not bad. Let's try this one here. No, that's not fair. Okay, so that sounds kind of wimpy. Let's try a different one. Sounds like a clap. That's not bad. Let's try that one. Okay, so that's kind of wimpy, but let's go ahead and just throw a bunch of reverb and delay on it. Okay. That might be too much delay. Whoa, that's probably too little. All right, cool. So if we were just to listen to it from the top, of course this is a couple minutes, a minute and a half, yeah. So you can listen to it on your own time. But we have the kind of the pads slowly coming in. Tell you what, why don't we just go ahead and add a sweep here. So we add an audio track. We'll call it sweep. I also feel like this comet comes in way too suddenly. We can modulate this limiter gain. Make it negative. Let's try this here. So we're going to map the limiter gain to this, and we don't want 24 on the plus. Let's do the minus 10 we did with the sub. See how that sounds. Just have that come in slower than it does because it's a little sudden. There we go. a good idea to bring your elements in and subtly, not just like, bam, here it is. Yeah, let's grab a sweep real fast. Let's see here. Special sounds? Can't remember where they put their sweeps. That's not a sweep. It's kind of cool, but it ain't a sweep. FX. Trance sweeps. Well. Come on. Sounds like a horror film. Oops. Oh, come on. It's gotta be a good one. That sounds alright. Let's grab it. So, one thing I like to do with my sweeps, if you have a snare drum, it's a good idea to go ahead and have it stop right about the snare drum. Let's truncate that some, and why? Ableton is very finicky. It's like, you know where I want it. Right there. So it's too short, first of all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit warp. And we're going to go, I think, over 2. No, it's even shorter. So times 2. Times 2. Of course, that went and moved it in the way. Come on, get back there. Get back there already. Okay, let's try this again. Awesome. Notice that has a weird kind of funky sound to it. If you change this to texture, you can do some other cool stuff with the grain size and the flux. I like to set the flux kind of high. And you kind of you could modify, modulate the grain size over time. Well, I thought you could. I've done it before. Mixer? Is it under mixer? It just isn't there. Is it under envelopes? Maybe I could do it under envelopes. Clip, grain size modulation. Okay, cool. Cool beans. So if we set our grains to go down over time, let's try that out here. Go down so they get smaller. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't use the whole thing here. That was too short, too. Cool beans. Let's add some reverb on that sucker and then some delay. Great. I think I'm going to change the snare to use a shorter reverb, too. That's maybe a little much. And we're going to want to sidechain compress this. I'm just going to grab it from the pads bus. Same one should work here fine. Paste that in. Save. So I think we're pretty good here with the introduction. This still sounds really wimpy to me. Go ahead and just increase the volume. I'm going to go ahead and hit warp on that too. Bring this up just a couple dB. Well, much better. I think the sweep is probably a little wimpy too. Let's hit 0. I'm just going to jump it a couple more. It's too much. I'll tell you what I'm going to do instead. I'm going to add a compressor on there. Kind of brings that quieter part up. Let's not hit makeup on that. I don't want any makeup. Yeah, okay, we do. My bad. Probably a little bit too loud now. We'll just drop that 1 dB. Say we're done. So that's the introduction. We'll come back and get into the main part of the track in the next tutorial, the first main part of the track. So I hope you found that useful, and I'll see you next time.